Welcome to my channel, Tina. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell notification for the latest videos. So today's video is all about Mars in each house. So let's begin this video by very briefly looking at what Mars represents in a birth chart and what it symbolizes. So the symbol for Mars is a circle with an arrow pointed upwards on it. This represents the planet's energy and assertiveness. This planet Mars, it rules Aries, and it's also associated with Scorpio. And the elements that are associated with Mars is the element of fire, which represents passion, drive, and your creativity. The zodiac position for Mars, it spans 1 to 2 months in each zodiac sign. This position in your birth chart indicates where you are going to assert yourself, where you're going to take action, and where you might even experience conflict. The house position for Mars occupied in your birth chart can also indicate the area where you might be most assertive in, the area where you're most passionate in, and where also you can show some aggressiveness. Personality traits. Mars is associated with energy and drive, ambition, assertiveness, and courage. It also indicates impatientness, impulsiveness, also a tendency towards conflict and anger. As far as relationships, Mars can indicate your approach to romantic relationships, your sexual drive and desires, and also how you handle conflict in partnerships and relationships. As far as careers, Mars is associated with career ambitions. It also is associated with competitiveness and the drive to succeed. Its position in your birth chart will show where your natural talents for leadership are and how you take initiative in that area. So in this video, we're looking at Mars in each house, 1 through 12. So let's begin. So Mars in the first house. For your personality, Mars can indicate a person who is assertive, energetic, dynamic. They may be quick to take action and also have a strong sense of identity. They may also be very competitive, and they have a need to prove themselves. And if we're speaking of wealth, Mars in the first house gives the individual a lot of drive and ambition to succeed financially. They can be very attracted to careers that invoke high risk-taking and entrepreneurship. And they can also be prone to impulsive spending, and they may need to learn how to manage their finances effectively. As far as education for Mars in the first, this individual has a lot of motivation to learn and to achieve, and they may be attracted to fields that involve competition and challenge, such as sports, science, engineering, military. They may also benefit from physical exercise and movement to improve their cognitive abilities as well. Career for Mars in the first. These individuals are natural leaders and entrepreneurs, and they may be attracted to careers that involve competition, challenge, and risk-taking. They may also be prone to conflict, and they may need to learn how to manage their competitive tendencies in their professional settings. And in relationship for Mars in the first house, these individuals are passionate, they're intense in their relationships, and they may be attracted to partners who are independent, assertive, and physically active. However, they may struggle with balancing their own needs and their partner's needs, and they may need to learn how to communicate more effectively. So overall, Mars in the first can bring lots of energy, ambition, assertiveness to the individual's life, and it can also represent challenges that require management and balance. And overall, it's a very, very beautiful placement. So for those who have Mars in the second house, financially, Mars in the second house can bring lots of energy and drive to the person's individual financial life. It can make them very ambitious and competitive when it comes to making money and accumulating material possessions. They may also have a strong work ethic, and they'll be willing to take a lot of risks to achieve their financial goals. On material possessions, Mars in the second house indicates a desire for material possessions and a willingness to work hard to achieve them. This individual may have expensive taste and they may be attracted to luxury items. However, they may also need to learn how to manage their finances effectively to avoid impulsive spending. Their self-worth is also tied to the second house. So this indicates that this individual has a strong sense of self-worth and confidence in their abilities. They may be proud of their financial achievements and feel a sense of personal power and strength. However, they need to be careful not to become too attached to their material possessions. They need to remember that their self-worth doesn't depend solely on their financial success. Their values, that's also the second house. Mars here indicates a strong sense of values and beliefs when it comes to money and material possessions. This individual may be passionate about their financial goals, and they could have a very clear idea of what they want to achieve. They may also be willing to take risks to achieve their financial goals. And for careers, for those people who have Mars in the second house, this indicates a career that is focused on making money or acquiring material possessions. This individual may be attracted to careers that invoke risk-taking and entrepreneurs, such as business, finance, real estate. However, they may also need to learn how to balance their financial goals with other areas of their life, such as relationships and personal fulfillment. So overall, Mars in the second house can bring lots of energy, drive to a person's financial life. It can also represent challenges that require balance and management. This individual may need to learn how to manage their finances effectively to avoid becoming too attached to their material possessions. So now let's look at Mars in the third house. This is the house of communication, your interest, your younger siblings, your neighbors, your education. So here, Mars in the third house indicates a direct and an assertive, dynamic communication style. This person may be quick to express their ideas, their opinions, and they may enjoy debates and discussions. They may also have a talent for public speaking, and they may be effective in getting their messages across. As far as interest, this indicates a passion for learning, especially in the fields that involve competition and challenge. This person is interested in sports, technology, science, entrepreneurship, and they also may be attracted to adventure and travel, and they may enjoy exploring new places and cultures. So Mars in the third house, it can affect your relationship with your siblings, making it dynamic, possibly competitive. The individual can be really have a strong bond with their siblings, your younger siblings, and but there might be conflicts and disagreements here as well, because Mars can be argumentative. They may need to learn how to communicate effectively to resolve conflicts in a constructive way. And also the third house has to do with your local surroundings, your neighbors. And this can influence your relationship with your neighbors. It can make active and possibly competitive relationships with your neighbors. This person can be assertive in their interactions with neighbors, and they're very willing to stand up for their rights. They also can be attracted to neighbors who are dynamic and very energetic. And as far as education, for those who have Mars in the third house, this indicates a person who has a desire for learning. They have a passion for learning and a desire to achieve. Okay, this person is very attracted to fields that involve challenge and competition, so such as science, engineering, athletics. They also can benefit from physical exercise and movement to improve their cognitive abilities. So for those who have Mars in the third house, it can indicate a career that involves communication, technology, travel. This person can be attracted to careers that involve competition and challenge. They may also like journalism, marketing, and sales. And they can also benefit from being able to work independently. They do like to have a schedule, a flexible schedule. So overall, Mars in the third house can bring a lot of energy and to the person's communication style, their interests, their relationship with siblings and neighbors. And it can also present some challenges that they need to require an ability to balance and manage conflicts and competitiveness. Okay, so that's Mars in the third house. Now let's look at Mars in the fourth house. The fourth house is a person's home and family life, as well as your emotional security and inner sense of strength. And if you have Mars in the fourth house, this can indicate a strong attachment to your home and to your family. This individual is very protective of their loved ones, and they're willing to fight for their rights, for the rights of their loved ones. They have a strong sense of tradition, and they also value their family's history and heritage as well. Emotional security for Mars in the fourth. This can influence a person's emotional security, their inner sense of strength. And this person has a strong willpower, and they're able to overcome challenges and adversity. They can also benefit from developing healthy emotional boundaries and learn how to express their feelings effectively. Their home environment. This indicates a dynamic and possibly a chaotic home environment. This person can be attracted to adventure and excitement and may need to learn how to balance their need for stimulation and their need for stability and safety. This also, the fourth house represents your mother, so relationship with your mother. Fourth house Mars can influence the relationship with a mother, making it very dynamic and possibly competitive. This person can have a very strong bond with their mother, but it can also show conflicts and disagreements with the mother. And they may need to learn how to communicate effectively to resolve any conflicts in a constructive way with their mother and also with family members as well. Career. For Mars in the fourth house, it shows a career that is focused on the home and family, such as like real estate, interior design, family law. This individual can be attracted to careers that involve competitiveness and challenge, competition, such as politics or public service. They can also benefit from being able to work from home, or they can have a very flexible hour, which allows them to spend a lot of time at home. So overall, Mars in the fourth house can bring a lot of energy and drive to a person's individual home and family life. It represents challenges that require balance and management in that area. This individual needs to learn how to balance their need for adventure and excitement and with the need to adjust for their stability and safety. So they may need to learn how to communicate effectively to resolve conflicts in a very constructive way. So now let's look at Mars in the fifth house. The fifth house indicates a person's creativity, their self-expression, their love life. And if you have Mars in the fifth house, this indicates a strong creative drive and a very passion for self-expression. This person is attracted to artistic pursuits such as music, dance, theater, visual arts, and they may be willing to take risks to experiment with new ideas. The fifth house is also the house of romance, and this makes the person very dynamic and very intense. This individual is attracted to passionate and adventurous partners. They're willing to take risks in relationships, and they also need to learn how to balance their need for excitement with the need for emotional stability. The fifth house is also the house of children. Mars in the fifth house indicate a strong bond with children, and they show a desire to be a parent. This individual also may benefit from being around children, as they can inspire their creativity, bring out joy in their life. And as far as sports, this indicates a person who has a passion for sports and physical activity. This person enjoys competition, and they're attracted to sports that involve risk and adventure, such as extreme sports or martial arts. Now, as far as education, Mars in the fifth house shows a person who is very passionate in learning and a desire to excel academically. This person is attracted to fields that involve creativity and self-expression, such as performing arts, graphic design, journalism. And if you have Mars in the fifth house, it can indicate a career that involves creativity, self-expression, such as entertainment, advertising, fashion design. This person may also benefit from being able to work independently. They do like to have flexible schedules. So overall, Mars in the fifth house can make somebody, they have a lot of energy, and they have a lot of passion and a lot of creativity. They're very interested in children. They do want to have children, and they have a very active love life. So that's Mars for you in the fifth house. Now let's look at the sixth house. Mars in the sixth house, it's actually a person's work life, their health, their daily routine. So Mars here indicates a person who is very attracted to fields that involve competition, challenge, physical activity, such as sports, military, the law enforcement. They're also willing to take risks to overcome obstacles in order to achieve their goals. As far as health, with Mars in the sixth, this influences a person's health. It can make them very dynamic and possibly prone to accidents and injuries. This individual can benefit from engaging in physical activities and exercise, but they need to be careful not to push themselves too hard or to take unnecessary risks. They may also benefit from developing healthy habits and routines that can support their overall well-being. Their daily routine, Mars in the sixth house, indicate a need for structure, organization in one's daily routines. This person can benefit from a clear plan, and they need to make a schedule for their day, as well as their routine that can help them to be more focused and productive. They can also be attracted to work that involves physical activities and hand-on tasks. The sixth house is also the house of service. This indicates a desire to serve others, to make a difference in the world. This person can be attracted to careers that involve helping people, such as healthcare, social work, education. They can also benefit from voluntary work, volunteer work, and community service. The sixth house is also the house of pets. So if you have Mars in the sixth house, it shows that you love pets. You have a desire to care for animals. Most likely you will have a pet. This individual can benefit from having pets in their home, and it can provide them with emotional support and companionship. So that is Mars in the sixth house. So let's look at Mars in the seventh house. The seventh house is the house of relationships, partnerships, a sense of balance. If you have Mars in the seventh house, this indicates a person who wants to make dynamic, passionate, and possibly challenging relationships. They're attracted to people and partners who have a strong willpower. They're very assertive, very independent, and they may be willing to take risks to pursue their desires in relationships. They also have a need to They may benefit from actually learning how to balance their need for independence with the need for emotional intimacy. So partnerships. This indicates a desire for partnerships that are based on equality, respect, mutual support. The individual can be attracted to business partnerships or collaborations that involve competition, challenge, risk-taking, and they can also benefit from learning how to negotiate and communicate effectively in order to maintain healthy partnerships. And this also indicates a need for balance and harmony in one's life. This individual can benefit from learning how to compromise and cooperate with others, as well as finding ways to integrate their own desires and needs with others, with other partners. They may also benefit from developing healthy coping mechanisms to manage their stress and conflicts in relationships. As far as legal matters, Mars in the 6th can indicate a need for legal support or involvement in legal matters related to partnerships, contracts, and disputes. The individual can benefit from seeking legal advice and representation in order to protect their interests and rights. So overall, Mars in the 7th house can bring a lot of energy and passion to a person's relationships, their partnerships. However, it can represent challenges that require balance and management, such as learning how to compromise, how to communicate effectively, and how to maintain healthy boundaries. This person may need to learn how to balance their need for independence with the need for emotional intimacy, and to find ways to integrate their own desires and needs with those of their partners. So now let's look at Mars in the 8th house. The 8th house shows emotional depths, transformation, shared resources. So Mars in the 8th house here can indicate how the individual's emotional intensity can make them very passionate, intense, and possibly secretive. This person has a strong desire for emotional intimacy. They can be attracted to partners who are equally intense and passionate. They may have a need to, they may benefit from learning how to manage their emotions and express themselves in healthy ways. It's also the house of transformation. And here it indicates a need for transformation and change in one's life. This person can benefit from exploring their deepest desires and fears, as well as facing their shadow selves and learning how to integrate into their personality. They can also be attracted to activities and careers that involve risk-taking, such as investing in entrepreneurship. This is also the house of shared resources. So here it shows a person who can be influenced by shared resources, such as finances, inheritance can play a part here as well. And this individual can be attracted to partners who are financially stable, and they can provide them with a sense of security. And this can also benefit them financially as well. So it could be money through inheritance, through your in-laws, through insurance, through taxes. Now, you can also benefit from learning how to manage your own finances and your investments, as well as finding ways to manage shared resources with others in a healthy and productive way. Also, this is the house of mystery and occult. So Mars in the 8th house indicate a fascination with mystery and the occult, any hidden sciences, hidden knowledge. This person can be very attracted to spiritual practices and metaphysical studies that involve exploring the unknown or even hidden aspects of reality. So overall, Mars in the 8th house can bring lots of intense and depth to a person's personal, emotional life, to their relationships, to their shared resources. However, it can present challenges that require balance and management in this area, such as learning how to manage one's emotions and how to express oneself in healthy ways, as well as finding ways to share resources with others in a healthy and productive way. This person can also benefit from exploring their deepest desires and fears, facing their shadow self, and learning to integrate it into their personality. So now let's look at Mars in the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of beliefs, higher education, travel, spiritual pursuits. So Mars in the 9th house shows someone who has a strong sense of beliefs and values. And this makes them very passionate and very opinionated. and they can get very argumentative when it comes to their beliefs and their opinions. This person's also attracted to physiology and religious ideas that emphasize freedom, individuality, self-expression, and they can be very willing to defend their beliefs and values with enthusiasm and conviction. As far as higher education, Mars in the ninth can indicate a desire for higher education or intellectual pursuits. This person can be attracted to subjects such as philosophy, law, theology, and may be willing to take risks and pursue their goals with determination. They may also benefit from finding ways to apply their knowledge and skills in practical ways. The ninth house is also the house of travel. So Mars here indicate a desire for travel, for exploration of other cultures, other lands. This individual is attracted to adventure, risk-taking, and they are willing to explore new places and try new things. They may also benefit from finding ways to balance their desire for freedom and exploration with their responsibilities and obligations. Now, as far as spiritual pursuits, Mars in the ninth house indicate a desire for spiritual growth and exploration. This person is attracted to practices such as meditation, yoga, other spiritual type disciplines, and they may be willing to take risks and explore the unknown in their spiritual journey. They may also benefit from finding ways to integrate their spiritual practices with their daily life. So overall, Mars in the ninth house can bring a lot of passion and enthusiasm to a person's beliefs, higher education, travel, spiritual pursuits. So that's Mars in the ninth house. So now let's look at Mars in the 10th house. The 10th house is the house of career, public image, authority figures. So Mars in the 10th house can influence a person's career ambitions, their drive for success. This person can be attracted to careers that involve leadership, competition, and risk-taking. And they may be willing to work hard to take on challenges to achieve their goals. And they can benefit from finding ways to challenge their energy and passions into their work in constructive ways. Now, as far as public image, Mars in the 10th house can indicate a strong desire for recognition and a powerful public image. This person can be attracted to roles that involve authority, influence, visibility, and may be willing to take risks and they can take very bold moves to achieve their goals. They can also benefit from finding ways to balance their public image with their personal values and priorities. Authority figures, as far as Mars in the 10th house can influence a person's relationship with authority figures such as bosses, parents, government officials. This person may be attracted to leaders who are strong, decisive, passionate, and they're willing to take on challenges with authority figures as well whenever it's necessary. They may also benefit from finding ways to work with authority figures in constructive ways, such as developing strong communication skills and building positive relationships. Mars in the 10th house can also indicate a desire for entrepreneurship and starting one's own business. This individual can be attracted to challenges and risk-taking involving starting a new venture. So maybe to be willing to work hard and to take on responsibilities to achieve their goals. They can benefit from finding ways to balance their entrepreneurial drive with their personal values and priorities. So overall, Mars in the 10th house can bring lots of drive and ambition to a person's career, public image, authority figures. And that's Mars for you in the 10th house. So now let's look at Mars in the 11th house. The 11th house represents your social life, your friendships, large groups of numbers, your networking. It's group affiliations. So social life with Mars in the 11th can influence a person's social life, their desire for entertainment, adventure, new experiences. This person can be attracted to social groups and activities that involve competition, risk-taking, unconventional ideas, and they're willing to take on leadership roles or challenges to acquire status quo. They may also benefit from finding ways to balance their desires for excitement with their obligations and responsibilities. Friendships. So Mars in the 11th house can indicate a strong desire for dynamic, passionate friendships. This person is attracted to friends who are adventurous, energetic, independent, and they may be willing to take risks to explore new ideas with them. Now, the 11th house is also group affiliation. Here, one can be influenced by relationships with groups and their desire for social change. This individual can be attracted to groups that are focused on activism, reform, innovation. They may be willing to take on leadership roles or challenge existing power structures. The 11th house is also the house of networking. This indicates a desire for networking and building connections. This person is attracted to opportunities to expand their social and professional networks and may be willing to take on risks to pursue their goals with determination. So overall, Mars in the 11th house can bring a lot of energy and passion to a person's social life, their friendships, to their group affiliations. So that's 11th house Mars. So now let's look at Mars in the 12th house. This is the house of your subconscious, your spirituality, hidden motivations. So now Mars in the 12th house can show influence on the person's subconscious mind and their hidden desires. This person has intense emotions and desires that are difficult to express and understand. And they can benefit from exploring their inner worlds through therapy, meditation, and other spiritual practices. They may also benefit from finding ways to release their pent-up energies and emotions in healthy and constructive ways. Mars in the 12th house can indicate a strong connection to spirituality and higher consciousness. This person can be attracted to spiritual practices that involve solitude, introspection, and compassion. They may be willing to explore the mysteries of the universe and the nature of reality. Now, Mars in the 12th house can influence a person's hidden motivations and subconscious desires. This person may have intense passions and drives that they are not aware of and that are kind of hidden from others. They may benefit from exploring these motivations in a safe and supportive environment. And they can also find benefit from finding ways to align their conscious goals with their subconscious desires to create a sense of balance and harmony in their life. Now, Mars in the 12th house also indicate a willingness to make sacrifice for others or for higher purpose. This person can be attracted to charitable causes, to humanity causes. They're willing to work behind the scenes to support causes. So basically, Mars in the 12th house can bring a lot of intense energy and passion to a person's subconscious mind, their spirituality. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.